The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, the city of Macomb remembers the last known surviving Marine of the Battle of Iwo Jima, John Moon.
And in a News 3 exclusive, we sit down with the family of fallen trooper Jerry Ellis, months after he made a split-second decision to crash into a drunk driver.
Plus, it's a much different story today temperature-wise. Storm Team 3's Jared Streeter will let you know if you need to keep that winter coat out. Live at 4 starts now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Earlier today, one of the oldest known survivors of Iwo Jima and WIU alum John Moon was laid to rest. Good afternoon. Welcome to News 3 Live at 4. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm Kelly Brown. Moon passed away last Tuesday at the age of 103. Today, family and loved ones joined together to honor the veteran one last time. Moon graduated from WIU in 1939 before serving in the Marines during World War II. His performance during the national anthem garnered national attention from ESPN. He was a very active member in both the WIU and Macomb community. Well, it's a very cold start to the morning after a warm and sunny Wednesday. With colder weather, it might have some thinking of snow. Is there any chance of snow in the forecast? Storm Team 3's Jared Streeter has a first look at your weather. Jared?
Luckily, there is no snow in the forecast, Kelly, but I think we're all thankful for that. 32 degrees in the degrees outside right now. Winds right about 12 miles an hour, but the wind gusts are making it really cold, about 14 miles per hour on those wind gusts. And as you can see here, this is why we're seeing this temperature change. On our map, we have the jet stream bringing down the cooler Canadian air down through the Midwest, and we're starting to feel the effects of that temperature. That is mixing with this high pressure system that we see over our area, and that's going to make it much colder as we head into the later hours of tonight. So, as you can see on our 5-day forecast, there is a little bit of relief, and it's going to get colder again, but I'll have all that more when we come back. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jared. Soon, residents in Macomb will have a new store to shop for furniture. Billy's Bargain Barn is currently remodeling a store in the East Jackson Strip Mall and will be between Shoe Sensation and Zen Nails. Store manager Kelly Haggerty says the store will contribute to the Macomb community and help keep money and business in Macomb.
We are very community oriented. We do a lot of donations to a lot of different organizations and benefits. We are very present in the communities. We want to keep everything local. That way it brings jobs to the community.
The new store is planning to open December 2nd after completing the remodel this month.
Well, students have the chance to voice their opinion on what qualities they want to see in the next president of WIU. During Tuesday night's Student Government Association meeting, WIU Board of Trustee member Polly Radosh asked SGA members what they think should be considered when deciding the next president of the university. Student Board of Trustee member Justin Brown says it is important for students to be involved in this process because they are the heart of the university.
We want to make sure that the president that is selected has a student focus and wants to fight every day for each and every student at this campus, regardless of where they're from or their background.
The Board of Trustees hope to have a decision made about the next president by a December meeting.
For weeks, Western Illinois University students and the Macomb community have been collecting donations for the local food pantries. News 3's Marcellus Angel explains how Stuff the Bus is important for those struggling to make ends meet.
The 14th annual Stuff the Bus event saw the WIU and Macomb community working together to pump up the jam and do their part to help those who are less fortunate. Volunteers teamed up to separate donated non-perishable food items and load them onto a Go West bus that would then deliver these donations to local food pantries, as well as the Salvation Army. Anna Filson, who organized the event, hopes that this year's donations exceeded last year's.
It's such an awesome turnout. Like, I can't wait for the end of the week when I gather all the results and do all the counting and count all the money. But so far, it's really looking close to beating last semester's results.
Filson says that local pantries such as Loaves and Fishes serve over 1,000 individuals a month, and that number has been going up. Ways the committee has attempted to gain donations is by having Parking Citation Relief Day, where parking tickets up to $40 are cleared, and the chance to pie a local celebrity, such as the mayor, for a donation.
It's been fun.
Different students came out to represent their organizations and support the community.
I just think that it was a great opportunity to come out. It was very good vibes. Everyone was pretty much friendly, and it was just a great opportunity, like she said, to give back to the community and understand that there are people less fortunate than us.
Organizers of the event hope people will continue to donate to local food pantries and volunteer when they can. For News 3, I'm Marcellus Angel.
Let me tell you, it was a great time getting out there and being able to help the community of Macomb. Now, the marketing director for Sodexo says she believes donations exceeded last year's.
Yeah, we saw you pumping your fists up there.
Pump the jam, yeah.
Well, the Veterans Brick Memorial in Chandler Park is finally complete after officially unveiling new flagpoles on Wednesday morning. The flagpoles complete the project, which began over a year ago. Flags of Love Committee Chair Marshall Afanti is glad to be able to honor Macomb's veterans with this memorial.
These are all part of this memorial that we have for our veterans. We've just recently added the bricks, and now to complement the brick memorial, we've added the new flagpoles. So we're very, very proud of that.
Anyone who is interested in getting a brick or a sponsor brick can contact the Macomb Mayor's office.
Well, we are just days away from hundreds of flags flying high in Chandler Park in honor of Veterans Day. The Flags of Love Committee say the flags will be on display from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday. Anyone is welcome to volunteer to help put up the flags starting just before 7. And in the event of inclement weather, a red ribbon will be placed on a pole at the southeast corner of the park.
We are entering the season of giving, and the WIU Marketing Club wants you to sleep out for the homeless. The Western Illinois University Marketing Club and Samaritan Well will be hosting the overnight fundraiser from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., Friday night to Saturday morning. WIU Marketing Club Vice President Cameron Lynn thinks this fundraiser will help not only Samaritan Well, but for struggling members of the Macomb community as well.
I think this is a very important event, especially for Samaritan Well. The director, Danielle, has talked a lot about how rural homelessness is a lot different than city homelessness, and it isn't really seen.
A live band will perform along with guest speakers, as well as a hay rack rides, a scavenger hunt, and more activities and games through the night. Pizza will be served at midnight. For more information, visit the WIU Marketing Club's Facebook page.
Coming up on Live at 4, the WIU men's soccer team has a chance to do something they haven't done since 2014. Find out what later on in sports.
Also still to come, News 3 talks with the family of fallen Trooper Jerry Ellis. Hear how they describe who Trooper Ellis was and see the show of support months after saying their last goodbye. News 3 Live at 4 will be right back.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong.
Taking me home, bring me back to solid ground. Taking me home, bring
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back. Illinois State Police say it's been the deadliest year for Illinois State troopers killed in the line of duty. The faces you see beside me are the fallen troopers killed this year. One of these troopers is Jerry Ellis, who grew up right in our area. His family continues to struggle with what happened, but in this exclusive report you will only see here on News 3, his father and brother are wanting to let people know who Trooper Ellis was on and off the job.
She said, Jerry's dead. He died in a car wreck.
It was their worst fear.
An hour later, 3 state troopers show up at the door.
With tragic news to start the day.
It was a hard way to start a Saturday morning. I think about him every day, all the time. I used to count the days after his passing, and now I just count the months.
Terry and Keith Ellis are the father and older brother of Trooper Jerry Ellis, who was killed in a head-on crash March 30th by a drunk driver going the wrong way on I-94 in northern Illinois. Ellis made a brave, selfless, and instant decision to hit the driver, just so another family that was traveling in the same direction could make it home. Ultimately, Ellis paid the price.
It just seemed like a nightmare.
She said, Jerry's dead. He died in a car wreck.
It was their worst fear.
An hour later, 3 state troopers show up at the door.
With tragic news to start the day.
It was a hard way to start a Saturday morning. I think about him every day, all the time. I used to count the days after his passing, and now I just count the months.
Terry and Keith Ellis are the father and older brother of Trooper Jerry Ellis, who was killed in a head-on crash March 30th by a drunk driver going the wrong way on I-94 in northern Illinois. Ellis made a brave, selfless, and instant decision to hit the driver, just so another family that was traveling in the same direction could make it home. Ultimately, Ellis paid the price.
It just seemed like a nightmare just happened.
His brother and father says that's who Trooper Ellis was, a humble man who would do anything to help anybody.
Kind soul, would do whatever he had to help someone out.
A man of sacrifice, spending 11 years with the Illinois State Police and time in the U.S. Army.
My brother, a very patriotic man, always had a love for supporting his country.
The Ellis family says not only did the 36-year-old pour out his heart serving the country and keeping people safe on the roads, but his family always came first, especially his 2 daughters.
Was a family man. Loved his 2 little girls. You call him on a day off, he was out doing something with them.
Keith says even though his brother took his job seriously, he was known for having a great sense of humor.
Get a lot of people in trouble, how his sense of humor was, but everybody look at him and say, oh, it's just Jerry, it's no big deal.
But it's the love that everyone had for him that the family appreciates during this tough time. The family says the support from back at home has been great, just like when the local community came together to dedicate the park right behind me in Trooper Ellis's name.
The dedication of the memorial in Colchester probably hits a little closer to home. It shows how grateful small town people are.
People came from near and far to pay tribute to a true hero, something the family says they will always be grateful for.
Just devastating, I mean, because most of them didn't even know Jerry, and they just come to pay their respects.
I mean, all the signs up, electronic signs, I mean, with his name all over them.
A powerful last goodbye that's still fresh in their mind. The Ellises say they don't wish this nightmare on anyone.
I don't wish any parent to have to go through this, because it's the hardest thing in the world and the rest of your life.
Even through their pain, they hope this serves as a message.
When you see red lights and yellow lights, you need to slow down so then people can go home that night too.
Trooper Ellis's brother Keith hopes to work with local legislators to better equip law enforcement and make stiffer penalties for those who drink and drive. The 44-year-old drunk driver was killed. News 3 Live at 4 will be back in a moment.
teaching tradition. The desire to impact lives through education marks our Western identity. We believe every student with the hope to succeed deserves a chance at our institution. We're invested in honing each student's individual strengths to turn that hope into promise. Our commitment shows in everything that we do. It guides our faculty with empathy. It grows our students with courage. It moves each of us with purpose. In Macomb and Quad Cities, all walks of life meet to share cultures, ideas, and aspirations. Together, our students welcome new perspectives, helping them bring true value wherever they go next. Whatever the next challenge or change we face, our fighting spirit strengthens and evolves. With fortitude, we remain devoted to our vision. Brave and loyal, we stand as Leathernecks. For our students, for our region, for our state, and beyond. And when we stand together, we stand up for what matters, going forth as one. And that unity takes us far beyond what we've ever imagined.
Welcome back and good afternoon, Macomb. As you can see, our temperature is right now about 32 degrees, dew point's right around 11 degrees. Humidity relatively low, about 41%, and our winds are what's making it even chillier outside. North at 12 miles an hour, but those wind gusts are reaching about 16 miles an hour, and the wind's going right through you right now. It's very cold. Looking at our average highs this time of year, about 56 degrees. Our average lows about 35. Our record high, which we are nowhere near, 82 degrees, and our record low about 9 degrees, which is going to be a little bit closer to what we're going to see tonight. I'll get to that here in a second. The reason why we're seeing these cold temperatures is this high pressure system, as you can see over the Midwest, moved its way up from Canada, moved its way down. It's going to start to move its way out, and then we're going to see another one move its way in. So we're going to get a little bit of a break in the temperatures, and then as we head into the weekend, that's where our break's going to be, and then once we head to Monday, it's going to be really cold again, but I'll get to that in a minute. Right now, not a lot of clouds in our area. A lot of it's moved south with the winds that we experienced last night right around 7 o'clock. Those winds were crazy. And then as we can see right here on our radar, not a whole lot going on still. Everything's down behind me to the southeast, southwest. Pardon me, southeast. 35 degrees here in Macomb right now. Beardstown about 36 degrees. Quincy, you're seeing about 35. Keokuk about 33. And now here's where the temperatures drop. 16 degrees here in Macomb is our low tonight, 19 down in Beardstown and 19 over in Keokuk, 18 up in Burlington. And then tomorrow we're going to see the temperatures right around the area where we're at today. 36 degrees here in Macomb, Beardstown about 37, and Quincy you're going to see about 40 degrees, 39 over in Keokuk. Now we head into tomorrow night. These temperatures don't change as drastically. About 24 degrees here in Macomb, 28 up in Burlington, 29 in Keokuk, and 30 down in Quincy. Now we're going to look at tonight, the 16 degrees, winds about 12 miles an hour. Those wind gusts are going to make it much colder, so if you're out and about tonight, you definitely need to be wearing a coat. Looking at tomorrow, 36 degrees, partly cloudy with winds south about 15 miles an hour. Let's go and take a look at our 5-day forecast. It's going to just jump up and down. About 36 degrees tomorrow with a low of 24. Tomorrow, and then Saturday, high of 50, low of 35. And then let's look at Sunday, 48 degrees with a low of 21. And then Monday, we have a high of 28 with a low of 11, and then a high of 26 on Tuesday. And I will repeat, that is a high of 26.
I hate the cold weather. I'm ready to go back to warm weather already. So
yeah, it's gonna be really crazy. You know, you're gonna have your coat on, and Monday you're gonna be like, okay, well I can walk around, and then put your coat right back on.
A big difference from yesterday.
Yeah,
we want to welcome our new sports anchor, Will Beasley, and you have sports.
Yes, thank you, Devin. Coming up next on sports, WIU football has a tough test on the road this weekend against the two-time defending national champions. Plus, an old face returning to Western swimming and diving team. Find out what he has to say about being back at Western. And also, the men's soccer team has a tough matchup against Oral Roberts. That and more when we return to sports.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong. Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. You are unique, and we are committed to you. Become the future you at WIU Quad Cities.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Will Beesing. On Saturday, the Western Illinois men's soccer team traveled to Oral Roberts for a very crucial game to end their regular season. NEWS3 Austin Gillentine has more.
But what games you win. After a recent hot streak, the Leathernecks find themselves 3 points back of first place Oral Roberts. On Saturday, they go to Oral Roberts to take on the Golden Eagles, and with a victory will accomplish two things: a share of the regular season conference championship, something they haven't done since 2014, and the first overall seed in the Summit League Conference Tournament.
It means a lot, especially starting the year 0-10, 0-11. We all felt, it was a rebuilding year, not sure how it's going to end, but once we started clicking, and now it's, especially as a senior, it's a good way to go out, and so the team's confident, and we're looking to bring it home.
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident right now. Obviously we lost last game, but before that we'd been playing really well. Going to Oral Roberts, it's a tough game, it's a ranked opponent, so it should be a lot of fun, but the ball's around, so it could go either way.
If the
they're going to be...
Thanks, Austin. Kickoff for the game is scheduled at 7 p.m. in Tulsa. To the gridiron now, after Western edged out a win last week against South Dakota. They will take that momentum over to the Fargo Dome for a matchup against #1 ranked North Dakota State. The Bison have won 30 straight games and the last 2 FCS national championships. The last time Western beat NDSU, you have to go back to 2010. Quarterback Connor Sampson says Western will have to play a clean game to pull off this upset.
They're going to be who they are. They're going to run the ball, and then they're going to play action. And on defense, they're going to be a good defense. We just got to play penalty-free football is what we have to do.
Kickoff for this David versus Goliath matchup is Saturday at 2:30. Tuesday night, the women's basketball team opened their college basketball season looking to upset against Missouri. In the second quarter, WIU came up one. Grace Gilmore unable to put up the three, but new Leatherneck Evan Zars gets the rebound and puts it back in. Later, Western still holding on to the lead. Missouri Tiger Jordan Chavez knocks down the go-ahead three. Mizzou leads 46-44 at the half. Jumping into the fourth quarter, Western down 2. Elizabeth Lutz right wing three to put the Leathernecks in the lead. Under a minute to go, Western trails by 2. Annabelle Grettinger down the lane for the layup. Game goes into overtime. Start of the extra period, Gilmore sweet stroke from behind the arc puts Western in the lead 84-81. But Missouri goes on a huge run, outscoring Western 16-8 in overtime to beat Western 97-89. The men's team also started the season with a loss falling to Indiana with a score of 98-65. Kobe Webster led the Leathernecks with 18 points. Up next for WIU is their home opener Saturday against Stetson. A familiar face is back to lead the WIU men's and women's swimming and diving team this season. Scott Johansson takes over as the head coach, replacing Greg Nauman, who was let go before the season had started. Johansson swam for WIU from 1982 to 1984 and was named the captain in his final year. His other coaching stops include a 7-year stint at Division III Augustana. Johansson says he is excited to be back in Macomb, where his swimming career all started.
Oh, it's fun to come back. Some things have changed in Macomb, but some things, really stay the same. I swam, obviously, here at Western, trained here in Brophy Hall, so it's fun to be back.
Johansson and the Leathernecks are in action Saturday home against St. Louis. That's sports. Final word is next.
We are Western Illinois University, and we are amazing.
On Fridays, we wear purple.
We are home to professional athletes and actors,
lawmakers, CEOs, a civil rights leader,
and a 3-star general, plus over 100,000 other impressive alumni.
Our programs are mighty. Our law enforcement program is the largest in the state of Illinois and is known internationally.
Supply chain management boasts a nearly 100% job placement rating.
And cornfields might surround us, but we have a fine arts program that can rival any large city.
It's okay to take courses in wine tasting, wedding planning, scuba diving, grain drying, Renaissance art,
engineering computational methods, or advanced federal taxation.
Sometimes our classes even take us to Disney World.
The Apostle Islands, Greece, France, all around the world.
For fun, we spray paint a bulldog statue, race cardboard boats, and shave our heads and dance all night to raise money for charities.
Not only do we paint the paws before homecoming, but we show our love for our mighty mascot, Colonel Rock, with painted statues all over town.
Sometimes we play volleyball with a giant ping ball, and sometimes we play in the mud.
It's totally normal to look at our res hall windows and see a hot air balloon floating by.
Or experience all 4 seasons in one day.
Hey alumni, jump on that Amtrak from Chicago or St. Louis or anywhere in between.
And come back to get a horseshoe,
listen to the award-winning Jazz Studio Orchestra,
or tailgate before a D1 game.
Not every school can say they started the 4-year cost guarantee program
and have a second campus on the banks of the mighty Mississippi.
We are Western Illinois University.
And we are the Leathernecks.
Welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 5-day forecast. 35 degrees looking at tomorrow, it's low at 24. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to get a little bit of break in this cold. 50 degrees as a high on Saturday, 48 as a high on Sunday. And then Monday, it's going to drop right back down. 28 degrees as a high on Monday, and then 26 as a low on Tuesday.
All right, well, that's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.